You know, your father has been asking for money every time I've been seeing him. Yusuke, can you do something about this?
Just give him some money then.
What? Hello, my name is Yumiko. I'm 32 and I work at a call center. Yes, I understand. Thank you and have a nice day. Hey, Yumiko, great job. I know it's not easy handling complaints. Thanks, Renge. There's so many people who keep talking about strange things too, but I guess we get paid well for handling these things. I work for the claims department, which is one of the most challenging departments working at a call center. It's my job to listen to what my angry customers have to say and stay calm to assist in solving any issues. But no matter how well we get paid, this job can become a bit drowning. Oh, stop complaining. One more hour and our shift is over. Alright, I don't even know how you do this 5 days a week. My husband, Yusuke, works at a factory, but he doesn't make much income. I make slightly more than he does. We never talk about it since he doesn't like that.
Saving up this month again, huh?
What? We already talked about it. There is a reason why both of us have been working so much, and that's because when we just started a relationship, we went to a park to talk about our future.
I want to own a house.
Me too. I want a 2-story house. We were both raised in apartments, and neither of us have ever lived in a house.
I can't imagine having stairs inside the house.
I know. I wonder what it's like.
I have a big dream to own my house.
Yusuke, isn't it a bit early to talk about this? Both of us have always wanted to own a house after we got married.
I want as many kids as possible so I can make a baseball team.
I said it's a bit too early.
I wish we could spend a little more.
We should do that when we make more income. You would make more if you got promoted at the factory, right?
That's right, but it's not easy.
It hasn't even been a year since we got married, and I understand this can take some time. Let's keep it up, yeah?
Oh, Yumiko.
Keep it down, it's getting late. We weren't rich, but we were happy to be together. But little did I know what kind of person my husband was. It was when we visited his family for the first time after we got married. Thanks for having me. Go home if you're going to get in my way. Okay, wait, no, there's no way I'd go home. Ugh, I only wanted Yusuke to be here. Yusuke's mother, which is my mother-in-law, has been close to her son. She doesn't like me very much, and that's why she tends to harass me every time I see her. I've been looking forward to meeting you since you were getting married to Yusuke, but boy, you look boring. Huh? Yusuke, why don't you decide to marry a girl that I'd choose for you?
Oh, anyways, what should we eat?
My mother-in-law had been hostile the very first moment we met. I'm not sure what it is about me that she doesn't like, but she continued to harass me. I guess fine feathers make fine birds, but there are limits to that idiom. What do you mean by that? Go look it up yourself. Yumiko, couldn't you have cooked better food than that? I made all the food that Yusuke likes. That's a given. You should think about how to make it even better. Ugh, this is unbelievable. This is getting annoying. And that's how she'd always been nitpicking on me every time I saw her. But there's actually someone else who gives me more trouble than her, and that is...
Hello, Yumiko. Thank you for coming by.
Hello, long time no see.
Honey, why don't you invite them in instead of talking by our door?
Okay, I will. You might guess that my father-in-law might be a normal person, but he is not. He's the most concerning person in my life right now. Here's some tea.
Ah, thank you.
So, what's the matter? Why are you here by yourself?
Well, I ended up losing a lot of money after gambling.
I had no idea what he just said at first. Huh?
Yumiko, you make more money than Yusuke, right? Why don't you give me a small allowance then?
I'm sorry, but I'm not really following. This guy is addicted to gambling. Somehow he found out about the fact that I made decent money and he decided to come ask for some money. I'm sorry, but I can't.
What? But your in-law is in trouble. I heard you have money in your savings too.
I save up because I plan on buying a house. I don't have a single penny to lend you for gambling. I made it clear that I wasn't going to give him money, but my father-in-law just wouldn't give up. He tries to help me by stopping my mother-in-law from harassing me, just so I would have a good impression of him in hopes that I would give him money. I wonder how in the world these parents were able to raise such a great man like Yusuke. At that time, I had no idea that the biggest monsters of this household weren't the in-laws. I discovered it on our way home from the in-laws. Since Yusuke had a few drinks, he sat on the passenger side while I drove the highway. Hey, Yusuke.
What is it?
You know, your father has been asking for money every time I've been seeing him. Yusuke, can you do something about this? Yusuke responded with words that I never thought he would say.
Just give him some money then.
What? Wait, what did you just say?
I said that you could just give him some money then. You make good money, right?
Wait, why are you saying that?
My dad is asking for help, right? Why can't you just lend him a helping hand?
I mean, we work hard because we want to own a house, right?
What's more important to you, our house or my parents?
I didn't understand what he was trying to say. Are you being serious?
I'm being dead serious.
Yusuke then started to complain about the relationship between me and his parents.
Besides, you take my mother for granted.
What do you mean?
They allowed us to get married, so you should be more considerate and stay out of her sight so everyone can live comfortably.
Stay out of her sight? Why do I need to do that?
Because that's what my mom wants you to do.
Yusuke continued to go on with things in this nature, so I almost wanted to pull over to kick him out of the vehicle, but I was able to calm myself as I listened to all they had to complain about.
Get it, Yumiko? Make sure you're being considerate.
I regretted ever getting married to Yusuke. Why did I ever get married to him? Maybe he just had one too many drinks. Or at least that was what I was hoping.
Morning!
Humph.
Why are you mad?
Do you remember what you said last night?
What? Of course I remember.
What? How are you acting like that then?
It's what I've always been thinking.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. I made up my mind. I'm not gonna lie to myself.
Listen, Yusuke.
What is it, Mom?
Yumiko keeps taking me for granted.
What? Is that true?
Yup, I've been making it clear that I don't like her, but she keeps joining whenever you visit back home.
That's true.
I feel like I'm going crazy because I'm stressed out.
Don't worry, I'll talk to her.
Really? I'm so proud of you, son. Are you being serious? At first, I thought I heard him wrong. Even a kid in junior high would write a better novel.
So now, make sure you're being considerate, okay?
But what did I ever do to deserve this treatment?
You're my wife, right? This means that you need to do as I say.
While I didn't know what to say to him, Yusuke left for work. I didn't even know why I was living anymore. I guess I have to go to work. I ended up getting extremely sick that very moment. Why now? I ended up calling out from work to go to the hospital, and this was the first step towards destroying our marriage.
Hey, were you cheating on me?
Of course not. You need to stop listening to your mother. The reason why this was happening was because of what I discovered after visiting the hospital back then. Really?
Yumiko, are you okay?
Yusuke.
What's the matter? Why do you look so sad? Is it a bad disease?
I'm pregnant.
What?
I said I'm pregnant. Yusuke started to exclaim in joy without thinking about how I felt about this.
This is great! Why do you look so concerned? I'm gonna tell Mom about this!
I ended up discovering my pregnancy right after I thought about breaking up with him. I didn't know what to think or do. Oh my god, congratulations! No, this is bad. I was just thinking about getting divorced. Really? I thought you guys were getting along well. Well, let me tell you about it. I told Renge about everything that had happened. Needless to say, Renge was quite shocked. So, you got pregnant right when that happened, huh? I'd feel hopeless if I were you. I'm going to have the baby because they're still my baby, but I don't know what to do about Yusuke. I guess breaking up with him if you're pregnant will be challenging. I'm just going to have to suck it up until I have my baby. However, life wasn't easy at all. A little over 9 months into my pregnancy, and I was about to deliver any day at this point, Yusuke and his mother had taken unbelievable action. Huh? Why is she texting me? Is she congratulating me? Hey, are you going to give birth to a child that got pregnant by cheating? You need to abort the child. What? I was shocked to read her messages. I've been working every day and I don't even have the time to cheat. I rushed to text back. Cheating? I would never do that. You're lying. I saw you walking with a man. Do you have any evidence? I couldn't take a picture of you because I was shocked. I was exhausted to even deal with her when she was accusing me of cheating without any evidence. Please don't say anything like that. It must be a misunderstanding. Bye now. Why is she accusing me of cheating out of nowhere? I've been struggling with morning sickness while I was being accused of cheating. I was emotionally drained at that point, and he ended up visiting me as if he was trying to finish me off. Huh? Why is the door unlocked? As I walked into my house carefully, I found my father-in-law in the living room. Why are you here?
Yusuke gave me a spare key.
Oh, why?
Anyways, I heard you cheated on him.
I did not. It must be a misunderstanding.
Oh, even if it's a misunderstanding, my wife can get quite persistent when she's upset. She's probably going to keep asking until you admit it.
What are you trying to say?
If you want me to be on your side, about $1,000.
I don't have a single penny to give you. Please leave now. I was tired, but I used the last bit of energy I had to kick out my father-in-law from my house. I can't take this anymore. What's wrong with that family? And the worst monster had come back home.
Hey, were you cheating on me?
Of course not. You need to stop listening to your mother.
My mom would never lie to me. I'm not going to raise a child knowing that it's someone else's child.
I've been telling you that it's your child. Why won't you trust me? No matter what I said, Yusuke wouldn't take my word. And ultimately...
You're so stubborn. If you're not going to admit that you cheated on me, I'm breaking up with you.
He then handed me the divorce form, which was already signed on his end. What?
Do you really think you can raise that kid all by yourself? If you don't want me breaking up with you, you better admit to what you've done.
Are you being serious?
Dead serious. I'll wait until tomorrow, so make sure you decide on what to do.
Yusuke had left the house after saying what he had to say. There's only one decision that I can ever come up with. Hello?
It's me. Why did you ever file that divorce form?
Who is this?
It's Yusuke. Why did you file that form?
Why not? I filed it because I wanted to break up with you.
Why would you say that? You were about to have a child.
That's exactly why. I didn't want my child to be raised by a father like you. Of course, I'm choosing divorce. I signed the divorce form right away and immediately turned it in with the city hall. I took all my valuables, such as my credit card and bank information, with me and went back home to my parents' house. I was able to give birth to my child as my parents had stayed with me. I had a healthy little boy. I currently live with my parents as I take care of my baby.
But why? You were supposed to apologize and beg me not to break up with you.
What are you so upset about? You're no longer my husband, so please don't ever call me like this.
I don't approve of this.
What do you mean?
I don't approve of this divorce. I'm gonna take it back through a lawsuit.
It sounded as if you could win this case if you filed a lawsuit. Fair enough, I'm going to charge you all the settlement that I could get from you for everything you've done to me. And then? What happened after that? Needless to say, I won the case.
I handed her the divorce form because I wanted to test and see how much she loved me. I never wanted to break up with her.
He was dead serious as he said this as the court questioned him about the divorce. Both my lawyer and his lawyer seemed to be shocked about what he said, but my mother-in-law was just as bad. It almost looked as if Yumiko was walking with a man. It was during the day, on a weekday. Evidence? I don't have one.
I've been helping out so she'd get along with my wife. I just asked for a small fee for it.
And this was my response. First of all, I work 5 days a week on weekdays, while I'm always at work during the day. You can gather evidence from my workplace. And regarding the divorce form, I have an audio record of what he said to me on this IC recorder.
What? Are you serious?
I made sure I recorded every conversation we had the moment I wanted to break up with you. I have all the evidence.
Oh no!
This was how I was able to settle this dispute by receiving a large settlement for them. That's great! What are your plans now? Since they know where I live, I'm planning on building a new house using that settlement money and what I've been saving up. I never thought things would turn out this way, but I'd still be able to live in my dream house. Ah, that sounds amazing! You should invite me over when you build that house! Of course, I'm looking forward to it. I had about a year until my new house was ready. As long as I endured that year, I could move to a place where Yusuke wouldn't even know, and I'd finally find peace. I made sure my lawyer helped me place a restraining order against him, so I should be okay. The fact that I won the trial made me forget about how that family is completely unpredictable without any common sense. I woke up hearing the doorbells that continued to ring simultaneously. My mother seemed to be scared of what was going on. I went to check out our interphone and saw…
Open the door!
We know you're there!
Open the door!
My ex-in-laws were there, despite the fact that I had a restraining order against them. Why are you guys here?
I heard you're building a house! This is unacceptable! I know you're using the money that we saved up together! We deserve to live with you!
What? I know you had a baby. I want to see my grandchild.
I know we can do this together again!
They continued to raise their voice about their demands as if they'd forgotten what they did to me. I was furious. Live with me? See your grandchild? You're kidding me!
Why would you say that?
If only you guys have ever respected me, I wouldn't have minded letting you see my child. Yusuke and I would have been living together. You said you pitched in part of that money, but I already returned your portion of it.
Well, that's only about the money, but I regret everything and I want us to be together again.
How dare you tell me that you regret anything when you're ringing the doorbell like that? This is a bad joke.
Then, I was wondering if you could decrease the settlement.
You keep talking about money. I'm not going to negotiate with you. Now, please leave.
It was all just a misunderstanding. Can we please talk about this?
Are you still saying that I misunderstood that you wanted to break up with me? I wanted to break up with you far before you ever talked to me about it.
What? When?
It seems like Yusuke had no idea when I decided that I wanted to break up with him. Since I didn't want to deal with him any longer, I made it clear. Remember that night when we went to your parents' house for the first time after getting married? You told me to be considerate to your parents. You even told me that I should do as you say just because I'm your wife.
So what?
I never married you to do as you say or to be considerate to your parents. If you want a wife like that, why don't you go play with some dolls? I was finally able to tell him what I've always wanted to say. Hearing what I said, Yusuke started becoming furious.
After you made me save up so much? That's ridiculous! You're terrible!
He started slamming our front door. What are you doing?
I'm going to punish you! Open the door!
I felt that my life was in danger. This is not going to be good. And that was when? Police? Who called them? My parents had called the police while I was having the conversation, and my ex-in-laws were taken away.
What the heck? I didn't do anything!
I just want to see my grandchild.
I need money!
I was finally at peace. A year later, my house was finally completed. My parents, my son, and I have all moved into the house together. The house was very nice and clean. I made sure that it was designed in a way where it would be handicap-friendly for my parents, especially since they're not young anymore. Thanks for having me over. Welcome. How's my house? It's wonderful. I'm thinking about saving up too. As for my ex-in-laws, after they received a verbal warning from the police, they're now working hard to make sure they pay off the settlement to me. I talked to my lawyer and made sure that their assets would be seized in the event that they didn't do all due payments. What goes around comes back around.